Hello everyone, I'm Devyani. I'm working as a QA from past 6+ years now. So today we are going to see how QA test strategy can be driven for a working project and how test pyramid can help us build a test strategy for the project. So what is testing? So testing is all about defect detection. Whenever we are testing, we are actually trying to find bugs. We are actually trying to find defects in the application. But what it means as a quality to us. So quality is all about defect preventions. What we want is we want to prevent the bugs. We don't want them to be there in the later stage of the testing. Software testing proves that there are bugs, but it never commits that the bugs are not present. Let's see what all QA responsibilities are. QA has to get involved from the start of the project. QA is mainly responsible to maintain quality of the product. QA has to make sure that they allocate right amount of test cases with the proper coverage to different stages of the application, to right stage of the application to get early feedback. How test pyramid is going to help QA? Test pyramid will help QA to build proper test strategy as well as allocate different type of test cases to different stages of the application, to correct stages of the application, which should help QA to avoid rollback plans. Is test strategy a kind of a template which can get allocated to different projects? No. So test strategy should get evolved as per your project, as per different perspective of the project. So let's see how our test pyramid looks like. So as we all can see, there are various stages in this test pyramid like unit test, integration test, UI test, and end-to-end test. As well as we can see on left hand side that we have one bottom to up arrow which says our testing cost and feedback time will get increased from bottom to up. So what all things we should cover at unit test case layer? How much percentage we should assign to unit test case layer? So moreover, our test cases should go in unit test case coverage of like 70 to 80% of our test load should go to unit test case. It should get owned by developer, as developer are expected to do it when they are actually doing development. Some developers might go for test driven development where they will write their test cases first and then they will build their code, then they will run that written test cases to get early feedback. Some of them might build code first and then they will write unit test case coverage. What all they should cover in unit test case coverage? They should have a proper line coverage, they should have proper code coverage. Along with that, what advantages they will get? Our bug fix cost will get reduced because they are still into development. So if they are finding some bug, they can defect, that defect can get fixed directly there. They can get early feedback, as well as this is a initial stage where defects are getting cost. So testing cost as well as feedback time will be less for this. Once we are good with this unit test case coverage, what is next step? Next step is integration test. Who can own this integration test? We as a QA can also own integration test, or developers can also own up integration test. What all can get covered as a part of integration test? All our API testing, database validations, which doesn't require any interaction with the UI. That all test cases can get covered in integration test case layer. If I want to check some database validation, I can use various tools like a SOAP UI, Postman, and I can try running my URLs, hitting my URLs, getting the response, mapping the response, matching the response with the database. This should be a good state for me to have my all of the validations done, which doesn't require my UI. So how heavy this should be, right? Because my most of the test cases load is getting done in unit test case layer, so I can have 10 to 15% of my test load here in integration test. What advantages we will get in integration test? We will get early feedback, as well as our test coverage will be good. This is good stage in the case where our code is absent. We don't have any UI interaction there. It can also help us cover various error codes, different error codes like a 404, 503, as well as we can have a regressive API testing here. So what after this stage? After this, we can have a UI test written. So how much load UI test should have? It should not be heavy as we are doing UI testing there. What if I try to push all of my test cases at UI test case layer? As we can see on left side arrow, my bottom to up arrow says, if I try pushing a lot of test cases at my UI test case layer, my testing cost and feedback time will be high here. Who will be responsible to do UI test? Both developer and QA can do this, but who is primary owner of it? They are QAs. What developers can help here? They can help us doing a round of testing there on their build UI. And what we can do as a QA there, we can actually thoroughly do our UI testing. It should help us find functional UI bugs. We will get quick UI feedback here, and it should be less loaded. Then what after UI test? After UI test, it will be end-to-end testing. So we understand that we build some functionality, but that functionality might need input from other page. That functionality might give output to the other page. Let's take example of shopping. I'm searching for a product. Then I'm trying to place order. Then I'm trying to make a payment of it. That can be my end-to-end flow. Who will be primary owner of this? Our QAs are primarily owner of this. And as you all can see, it should definitely have a light load of the test cases. So this is how our test cases should get divided. This percentage might get varied based upon our project perspectives. But these are all things we have to keep in our mind when we are actually building our test strategy. We have to get early feedback of the project to avoid our high testing cost as well as high feedback time. And this should definitely help us getting our product delivered in the market on our correct time. It will not get delayed. So this is all about today's topic. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do let me know your feedback. Thank you.